everyone, I hope you're all doing well and taking care, and welcome to this brand new video on the channel. So today we're once again going to be talking about the Dogtooth fandom, because unfortunately over the last week there has been a lot more conflict than normal, which is already quite bad, on social media, particularly on Twitter. Now when I talk about conflict, what I'm talking about is basically there's fans of this era who hate it so much that they're just so toxic on social media and they go after anyone who likes this era. And then it's also the same on the other side. We've got fans who absolutely love this era and absolutely adore it, which is great, but at the same time they're going after anyone who just has a little bit of criticism in this era. And I feel it's at the stage now, it's getting just really bad, and I feel for any fans who would join this era now, like as a new fan, it would be quite hard to become part of this fandom, because I honestly don't think it would take them very long before they experience this conflict themselves. And I just feel it's very worrying for the show overall, and it's an issue that BBC should try and address. Now, I know some of you guys will just say it doesn't matter and that we should just all try to ignore these kind of arguments. And I get that, and I do agree with it in principle. However, I think if I'm honest, we're at the point now where it's just extremely difficult to ignore, and we're seeing more people who are deciding to leave Twitter or deciding to leave YouTube over this situation because they're getting criticised for either being too negative of the current era or being too positive of the current era. And I'm not going to name any names, but there's so many examples now of people who are just having to leave either social media or YouTube because of their mental health, because they just can't be bothered with having the same arguments over and over again just for either loving the show or hating the show at the moment. And it's just absolutely crazy. And I feel, if I'm honest, the best situation, like the best way to go forward in my opinion at this point, would be for the show to have another reboot. Now when I say reboot, I'm talking about similar to series 1, where it's a brand new Doctor and a brand new showrunner in charge, because again, as much as I love Jodie Whittaker as the Doctor, personally I feel as she is the face of the show, she would have to also leave, along with obviously the showrunner Chris Chibnall. I feel everything has to change. We have to have a full reboot again, go back to a new Doctor and a brand new showrunner and a brand new set of writers, just have a completely restart and just see how it goes. Obviously it's no guarantee a restart would work. The same issues might come back. They might have, again, some people might love the next era, some people will hate it, and again they'll act in the completely same way, just going at it with each other, not being respectful to other opinions. That is the problem at the end of the day. It's not that people hate and love this era, it's that people just aren't being respectful, and we're just seeing too much of it, particularly on social media. And yeah, I just feel we're at the stage now where the best situation going forward would just be for the show, the BBC, to kind of go, right, we need to change, we need to restart the show, and we just need to try again and just hope. There's no kind of answer to how you move forward. You know, you just kind of have to hope that the next era will, you know, bring the fandom more together. It won't be as divisive. It will just hopefully be a lot smoother. In terms of how you do that, I think there's a few suggestions I would go with. I would have a more human Doctor, because I think whether you like David Tennant or you don't, I think we have to admit a more human Doctor that we got. The 10th Doctor, he was definitely the more human-like incarnation of the Doctor. I think that approach worked well, especially with the general public. So maybe go with a more human Doctor next. Maybe go with a serialised approach. I feel the whole going with a brand new story every week, that formula is getting a bit, you know, boring now. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's just TV is changing and we're seeing more shows become serialised. So I think have that approach for a few years before going back to maybe the current route of having a story every week. So change it up, have a serialised approach similar to Torchwood Children of Earth and Torchwood Miracle Day. And just, you know, I would still go with a female Doctor. I think it's important, I think, to make it not look like a failure, because I don't think it has been a failure. Just because this era is divisive doesn't mean a female Doctor has been a failure. I think still go with a female Doctor, just, you know, cast someone again and just see how it goes, and just hope for the best that, you know, the next era isn't going to be as divisive. But what do you guys think? Do you think that the BBC should do that approach, that it's time to have another reboot with series 14, or do you think, you know, we should just try and ignore this hatred? Do you think it'll just never go away and we just have to get on with it? What are your thoughts? I'd really love to hear them. Please let me know in the comment section below. Enjoy the video, you know the routine by now, give it a thumbs up, it really helps the channel out, and please subscribe for future content. I will be back later in the week, hopefully with my first live stream. It'll hopefully either be Wednesday night or Thursday night, one of those twos, but it's definitely planned. I'm going to be joined by a special YouTube guest hopefully, and we're just going to be talking about Doctor Who Series 13, giving our thoughts on the next season and what might be in store. But yeah guys, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. See you next time.